Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video I'm going to do a review and blood glucose test of the Keto Tamale mix, or tamale flour, from Sonora Keto Pantry. Ever since I did my first review of a product from Sonora Keto Pantry, people have been requesting that I do a review of the Keto Tamale flour. Now, I have not had a tamale in at least 6 years. And I used to love tamales. In fact, it's one of the few things in keto that I don't feel has really been replicated. I mean, we've done bread, we've done pizza, we've done tortillas, but what about tamales? Now let's start by taking a look at the ingredients and the nutritional information. Ingredients are almond flour, corn flour, salt, yeast extract. Wow, that's it. Now, if you are doing clean, strict keto, that corn flour might be a no-go for you, but I suspect, just based on the carb information on this, that it is a very small amount and probably mostly there for flavor. Now this mix will make up 8 tamales. I'm going to give you the prepared version of the nutritional information per tamale. This does not include any filling you might put in them. So we're looking at 240 calories, 20 grams of fat, 6 grams of total carbohydrates, of which 5 grams are dietary fiber, for a net 1 gram of carbs per tamale, and 8 grams of protein. Now, I made these last night. I'm going to show you the whole making process and then the taste test. Let's go. We'll start with my bag of keto tamale flour, which I will dump into a large mixing bowl. I'm going to make a little well here in the center for my wet ingredients, the first of which is 2 tablespoons of lard or the fat of your choice. Scoop that in, and then add 2/3 of a cup of warm water and 1 beaten egg. Then I'm going to mix this together until it's nice and incorporated, getting kind of smooth there and consistent. Looking good. Now I'm going to let this sort of hydrate a little bit because it still seems a little bit thin to me just based on my historic tamale making. And I'm going to get my my corn husks and filling ready. So I've got my corn husks here. They have been rinsed and soaked and still dripping water. Anyhow, I'm going to make the first one or two, and then I'm going to incorporate my wife's help just to make this go a little bit more quickly. It has been over 6 years since I have made tamales, and I wasn't great at it in terms of the whole process before. We'll see if I'm any better today. I realized early on that a spatula was probably not the best tool for spreading the masa. Might switch to a spoon. And then I have some tamale filling. I had actually used this on sort of a keto... Here you go. I had actually used this on, I think, some sort of a keto tamale pie recipe I had been working on in the past. Fortunately, I had it in the freezer. Here we go. Once I've got my pork added, we move on to the trickiest part of the operation, at least for me, which is the folding. So I kind of pinch it together a little bit, roll over one side and tuck it underneath, then roll the whole thing and flip over the bottom end. Set this onto my steamer tray. I discovered by about my 3rd tortilla that using slightly wetted fingertips worked a lot better for spreading out the masa and getting it nice and uniform and even. So here we are loading up my final tortilla, by which time I feel like I'm kind of becoming a bit of an expert in the whole rolling of the tamale. The old fold, roll, tuck, roll, and fold over. There we go. 8 of them. I'm going to put these into my Anova oven, which has a steam feature. You can use any steamer. I'll talk about that more in a minute. Setting it to 225 degrees Fahrenheit and 100% humidity. We'll let these cook for an hour. Now you can steam these however you want. I used my Anova oven because it has a steam feature. If you've got a dedicated steamer, you can use that. Or if you've got a steamer basket and a large pot of water, well, a large pot with a little bit of water and a steamer basket, you can do it that way as well. And while these were cooking, I made a little bit of homemade pico de gallo to go with them. So let's plate it up and give them a taste. Little crema. some pico de gallo. Here we go. My first tamale in 6 years. It's pretty close. Texturally, just a tiny bit grittier than one made from masa. Not quite as much corn flavor, too. I think maybe some cornbread extract or something in the mix would get it there. But wow, very close, very close.
I put some lime juice on mine. Yeah, the batter tastes good like those ones we made a long time ago. Yeah, good job. What is this, Sonora?
Yeah, Sonora Baking or Bakery. Keto Bake. Sonora Keto Bakery, I think.
Sonora Keto Baking, yeah. It's really good, that tamale out covering.
Yeah, I think there's only like one net carb per tamale.
It's not dry or, not gritty at all to me. Yeah, it's very good. Fluffy. Yeah. Looks good. Thank you.
Okay, now that I've had a little bit more, two things I can tell you. First is I'm already starting to get full. I think that 2 of these tamales would be plenty. I overestimated my stomach capacity by doing 3. Second, as these cool a little bit, the batter or masa does dry out a bit. This has me thinking that maybe 3 tablespoons of lard or whatever fat you're using might work out better in this. I'm sure as I do my next batch, that's what I'm going to try out, because I do like that moisture and that sort of holding together sort of thing that you get in traditional tamales or non-keto tamales. Still very good, but next time I'm going to add another tablespoon of lard and probably a 1/4 teaspoon of cornbread extract. As I said, I ate these last night, so I already know what my blood glucose response was. I wear a Dexcom G7 continuous glucose monitor, and I use the Levels Health app. It's an analysis app that partners with the Dexcom app, or I think also the Abbott Freestyle app. And I think now it may even partner with the over-the-counter continuous glucose monitors by both Dexcom and Abbott. They've also changed the interface a little bit to it, but I will link to the Levels Health app down in the description below in case you're interested in finding out more. All right, they have changed with the last update the appearance a little bit, but here we go. Here is my glucose response. A 10 out of 10. That is the best possible score. Now let's take a look at the details. A 10 is a stable response. My glucose moved only 9 points. You can see the whole 2 hours there that it tested. Great score. And full disclosure, I did also have 3 tortilla chips while I was taste testing the pico de gallo. So that may have had a slight impact in increasing my glucose response. So overall, I'm really pleased here. I mean, great glucose response, tasted great. Like I said before, on my next batch, I'm going to tweak it ever so slightly, adding a little bit more fat and some cornbread extract. I've done a review of that in the past. I'll link to that in the end card. But yeah, this is great stuff. I am definitely going to be getting some more of this because I've missed tamales. I want to give a big thank you to Mike and Lupita Hicks of Sonora Keto Pantry. Excellent work on this. And I will include a link also down in the description below to Sonora Keto Pantry along with a coupon code. But that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap that subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. I'll put a couple other videos up here, including that corn extract video and another video review of Sonora Keto Pantry. Thanks for watching.